Welcome back to Demo 690, guys. Right, engine's back in the bike. Have the fuel tank on, and boy was that a joke, because you've got that little connecting pipe to connect the two sides, and it is a joke to get on without spilling petrol just everywhere. I have it facing down the hill to make sure that it's going to get oil. Well, any chance it has of getting oil, we'll get it. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to try and start it and see how we get on. Well, I really don't have any light to show you much tonight by leaving it sitting anywhere, so I'll just have to hold the phone and show you what it's going to do. I'm going to be very easy on this kickstart. Right, let's switch on the fuel for one. Fuel on. Let it fill up a bit. Turn on the key, and I'm going to put on the choke just in case we need it. We'll see what we get. Probably not going to start for a few kicks. The clutch is sticking on it. For some reason the clutch isn't turning the engine. Right, well that's not going to work. Well, I just let all the adjustment on the clutch out for now. And it has tried to kick off here, so see what it's going to do. Take the choke off. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. What the story is there. It did run, but it wasn't running very nice. Well, it's bad news, guys. It just won't run. I've been kicking and kicking at it since it ran that little bit, and it hasn't even tried to go since. And I have tried everything. I've took the choke off, I put the choke on, fuel to reserve. I've tried to do loads of things, and it just does not seem to want to run. Whatever is going on. Might be the timing, not sure. But it's just been my nemesis, this bike, and this is what keeps happening. Doesn't matter what I go to do to it, it just wants to give you trouble, and it doesn't want to do what you want it to do. Yeah, so I took one of the plugs out of it, and you can see, if it'll focus, that the plug is soaking. So it must have been flooded, either that or the timing is off and it wasn't lighting the fuel. So it's one of the two. I'm hoping that it was just flooded. I'm going to dry this plug out and the other plug and see how we get on. Yeah, and just while I have the plug out, I'm going to check it to see what spark we've got. If I can find the ignition key here. Ignition key's awkward in this bike. Everything's awkward in this bike. Right, let's see what we get. We've got some sort of a spark coming out of it, but you can't probably see it. I'll turn the light off on the phone, maybe you'll see it. It is sparking, but it's a bit of a yellow spark rather than a nice blue one, so that would tell me that maybe the timing is a little bit off. It's hard for me to show you. Let's see what we get. No, I'm getting a good spark there. You can see it. Okay, so this is plug number 2. You can see the state of it. Soaking. Quite black actually as well from running the last time. I don't know why that is. I'll have to check that out. Let's see what sort of a spark we get when I dry this off. Yeah, I'm still convinced it's a timing issue. Or that battery It's just a bit on the low side, and it maybe needs the battery to start. I'm going to put this battery on for an hour, charging, just to rule that out. I know it won't work the indicator, so that's a good sign that the battery's low. When I watched over my video from yesterday, I realised that I hadn't cleaned all the gasket off this side of the engine, up where the cam is. So I decided I'd do that now, and I took the cap off. And as you can see, even the little length of time that it was running, it was getting oil. You can see that that's definitely been getting oil there, which is a good sign. Don't know what my torch is going to do is any good, but you can see that there's oil in there. Good sign. Cap's full of oil. Right, so I've cleaned off the wee excess that was on that, and I'm going to put it all back together now. Then I might have a go at setting the timing again later. If that doesn't work and the battery's charged and it still won't start the bike, I'm going to have to take the engine out again and check the cam timing. Or maybe try and do it from the engine sitting in the bike. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's a timing issue. That's what I'm going to put it down to for now. So I'm going to try and reset the spark timing. And feeling that, then I'm going to try and set the cam timing again. But before that, I decided while I'm at it, and I have 15 minutes left here, I'm going to try and do a compression test and see what we're getting. So let's do that. Okay, so this is cylinder number 2 on the right hand side of the bike, and I didn't film myself doing it, but look, we're getting 150 bars, which is really good. So we're going to go to the next side and try it now, just for the fun. Cylinder number 1 on the left hand side, bang on 150 PSI, which is the exact same as the other side, and it's pretty good. So no problems with compression. Has to be a timing issue. Maybe a carb issue, but I'm pretty sure it's a timing issue. So I'm going to try and reset the spark timing. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try and set the cam timing again without taking the engine out of the bike, hopefully. But the tensioner is going to get in my way of doing that. So it could be difficult. But we'll give it a shot. We'll check it on the bike before we attempt that. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Yeah, so I took my little bulb out. I'm going to check the spark timing. I have already checked it, and it looks like it was pretty bang on. But just for your benefit, I'll show you where I am here. We're near the F. It has to line up with that little tab there. And when the F hits that tab, the light should come on. I'm just going to turn on the ignition. This is a little bulb wired up for this job. This is your positive, which is the brown, and your negative, which is obviously the body of the bulb. And you put your brown to the points, and you put your blue to the ground of the bike. So when I turn this, it should, when it gets to the F, light up the little light. So let's give it a shot. There's it on already. Right, so that would tell you that it's a little bit off. That would. And if I just turn it back just a little bit, you'll see that the bulb is off. And then we put it back on. You see that's not on the F there. It's not on the F, but it's damn near it. Well, it is actually on the F. But it's something that amount out. I don't think it's enough to, it might be enough to put it off, but I don't think so. But I'm going to try and move it anyway, and see what it does for us. So you get these 2 screws and you loosen them up. I'll just take this Yeah. Yeah, there's the two screws loosened up now. So this plate can now move left or right. And we want it to light up. I'll have to figure out what way I want to move this. I'm pretty sure it's pretty far out. Move back that way a little bit. Let's see what we get. This key. So the bulb is on, it shouldn't be on. Right, we're going to put this to the F mark. So there's it on the F mark. The bulb should actually be on, not off, when it's on the F mark. So we'll just move it till it goes off here. So that's not setting it off. That's off. Right, so that's off. Right, so we turn it till it comes on just a little bit. You have to get it damn near the spot. Right, that's damn near the spot there. So we'll tighten that in now. On top of that, this other screw's not a great one, if I was to be honest. Right, I've tightened that up now. Let's see what we get when we get to the F mark. That's on. It's a little bit retarded. Yeah, I know that sounded bad. Okay, I'll be with you in a second when I get it bang on. You've seen how to do it. I decided before I set the spark timing, I should really check if the timing for the cam was right in the first place. So that's what I've done now. I've took the plate off and the spark advancer. And you can see the little notch for the spark advancer. Now if I put this to my T mark, which is just here, and it's lining up, and I follow this the whole way up, you'll see that that is bang on at 12 o'clock, and that is the way it should be. So I don't think it's my cam timing. So if it's not my cam timing, it has to be my spark timing. So we'll reset the spark timing and see if it makes a difference for us. If not, I'm kind of stumped and I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so I've spent a while setting up this. You'll see this is my F mark on a compression stroke. I'll just leave it off center a little bit till it comes to that, to show you that the light is going to light up at the right time. So I'm going to switch on my ignition here. There's ignition on. Bulb is off. When it comes to that F comes to the tab there, the bulb should go on. So here it goes. And there it is, it's on. I'll move it back a tiny bit. Bulb goes out. I move it till it gets to the line and the bulb is coming on. So that is the timing as close as I can get it. If it's not that, I don't know what the problem is, because we've checked that the cam timing is correct too, and it looks to be correct. So your guess will be as good as mine if this doesn't work. Anyway, we'll have to see. Yeah guys, well, I've exhausted all possibilities tonight. I do not know what it is. I've set the timing, you see me set it, it is right. I've checked the cam timing, it looks to me like it's right. It may be the only thing I have left to check, to change. The bike is getting fuel because the spark plugs were wet. I was getting a spark, but it was weak enough at times. So I'm assuming that these bikes don't need the battery to run. I mean, I have a 125 there, CB 125RS, and it will run without the battery. It doesn't need the battery to run. But maybe the CD175 is different and it really does need the battery. Maybe some of you can tell me that if you know. Andy, you might know if your XL ones with your XL bikes. I assume that they're similar to this, maybe in a twin. I don't know if they come in a twin, but I'm stumped as to what it could be. So I've took the battery out just on a chance, and I have it on charge in the shed, and I'm going to leave it on charge all night. Come out in the morning and switch it off, and I'm going to try it again tomorrow night. Hopefully it was just the battery and that's all, but if it's not, I'm really stumped as to what it is, and I'm going to need some help with this. I think I'm just on the brink of handing it back to the owner and saying, look, I have tried everything, I just do not know, and you're going to have to get somebody else to get the engine running because I've tried everything I can. I wouldn't mind, I had it running and it was running really good. And then that stupid thing happened with the oil, but what else can you do? And just to show you what sort of luck I'm having tonight, I went into my shed and I'd bought this brand new can of oil for the 175, filled it up. I'd say there was about a quarter left in this, and I set it up here. And when I came back in, it was laying on the ground, and there's oil all over my floor. Look at the way in there. Well, I am not cleaning up tonight. I've had enough. So I'm going to put the bike away for the night and come back tomorrow, see if my battery's charged up, and we'll go from there. So it's DMO690 signing off for the night yet again. I'll probably toss and turn in my bed now, wondering what the problem is, but hopefully it's just the battery. Right? See you later, guys.